Welcome to A Soulful Space. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Shy.
And today we're talking about drugs and relationships.
So today's topics, we're going to have some common themes and questions for the viewers. First and foremost, have you ever done drugs? If you have, what type have you done? Prescriptions do count. What are your thoughts around drugs and drug usage in relationships? Do you think that they've been too normalized via social media and in society? Do they hinder relationships, and are they a gateway to violence within relationships? And are some drugs more acceptable than others?
Ready to get into the soul?
Let's get into the soul.
Oh my gosh.
So I guess we'll start with, have you done drugs?
I have only done weed. Do I want to do other drugs? Yes.
What drugs would you try?
I want to try mushrooms, and I want to try, there's like, I have to watch the show that I've watched prior, but basically in the show, it's called like, it's like Cherry something. It was on Netflix,
Okay.
and like in the beginning, it was basically, it's like about this girl that wants to be a director or whatever, and like she goes to like this whole like witchy and all that type of thing.
Did that come out like within the last couple of months?
No, it came out in I want to say either between 2021 and 2023,
Okay.
but I'm leaning more towards 2023
Okay.
because I think I was watching it like post-COVID time.
Okay, yeah.
But basically in the beginning of that show, it was her being a director or whatever in this scene, and basically I think her characters, one of the actors died or whatever, but they had took this certain drug, and it was like a native drug, and it starts with a P, but I don't remember how it's pronounced.
Okay, got you.
But I guess they were off the roof of that shit. Fucking.
So you would try that one?
Yeah, I would try that. Like, I want things that are basically natural and that's gonna give me. They had a bad trip, but like a good trip.
So if you tried an unnatural drug out of all of them, which one would you try? Let's say there was no addiction to follow and it was just like a one and done just to get the experience of it. What would you try? Synthetic, so man-made.
I'd probably do coke. I would probably sniff coke. I would never do heroin because like you have to put the and then people get AIDS and stuff. No.
The guy I was seeing last summer, he had tried a lot of drugs and he had tried coke. Gosh, it's crazy. That's crazy to me. Like that I know people who have done certain drugs like that.
Yeah, I know people that have done too. I know people that have done acid or LSD and stuff.
I would try. If I had to try a man-made drug, it would be LSD.
Which one is out of those two? I don't want to say is better, but like, don't they say one's better than the other out of acid and LSD?
I honestly thought they were the same thing.
Me too.
But if I had to guess, probably acid would be better. Because LSD can pool, I guess, like at the bottom of your spine, and you can get a trip randomly. I don't know. I thought they were the same thing, but maybe acid would be better than LSD.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched the show You, and in one episode, Joe was on acid. And he was having a crazy trip, but I don't know. I'd rather just stick to weed mostly.
Yeah, obviously I've smoked weed before too. That's the only drug I have tried, but like you, I would also try like mushrooms or ashwagandha or anything natural.
Ashwagandha is a drug?
Oh, not ashwagandha.
I was about to say, because people use it a lot.
Oh, ayahuasca. Sorry, ayahuasca.
I've never heard of that. What's that?
You will vomit, but once you get it all out, cloud nine.
Is that like a native drug?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, it's all natural. For spiritual purposes, I would try ayahuasca. Don't know which one it is you're talking about. That starts with a P. But if it's natural, I would try it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's natural. I have to find it from that show. But yeah, things that like, even if it is LSD, like I know people take like a spiritual trip. I just want to take a spiritual trip.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to take a trip where it's like, oh, maybe I killed someone or something. Like I wanted to transcend me to a different realm.
Me too. So I could like talk to the trees and like
you could talk to the trees without, well, understanding is different, but you could talk to them without drugs.
Yeah.
And they'll talk to you back.
I want to talk to the trees. But
Yeah.
obviously not till I'm like 60 and retired. I can't do that stuff right now.
Well, in your case,
Yeah,
you
I can't. But like if
And-
that wasn't the goalpost, I would.
and they're like mad expensive.
What, shrooms?
No, like other like LSD and stuff like that, aren't they?
What's the one drug that starts with an M?
Meth?
Not meth.
Oh, I
It's
don't
like
know.
a 3-letter abbreviation, or not PCP. MDX? No. M something.
I don't know.
It came out like back in 2016, 2017. I heard you get crazy, like psychedelic-y type trips off that one. But it's not good for you, obviously.
PCP, I wouldn't do. PCP and fentanyl?
Fentanyl will kill you. So anyone
Yeah.
who does that or does it cut with xylazine is insane.
The fuck is xylazine?
It's a horse tranquilizer.
See, that's crazy. That's like, no, I'm not really into drugs. What the fuck?
It's meant for horses, not humans, so it rots your flesh from the inside out.
Ooh.
So people who do fentanyl cut with xylazine, you'll notice their flesh is gone, and you can see their bone. And when I see that, I'm like, where's their blood? But like, yeah, you'll get like lesions from
That's
it.
crazy. Yeah, when I did my LTC class, if you don't know what that means, a license to carry class, for people that don't know. The guy, my instructor, was talking about, because he used to be a cop, and he was talking about how he had to take down someone, basically because he was telling us that like we could get a taser with our license to carry.
Nice.
And he was basically saying like he tried to tase someone on PCP. Yeah. And they just got right back up and was banging their head everywhere. Yeah. He didn't feel it. Mm-hmm. He didn't shoot him or anything, but like,
it's a super. You can't feel it. Messes with the pain receptors. Mm-hmm. So you could get hit by a car. You could jump off a building. Like, as long as your legs aren't broken inwards, you can get right back up and go do whatever havoc you're about to go do. Takes like 6 officers to restrain somebody on PCP. Like, you're kind of invincible when you're on it.
Roll the invincible clip. You don't know what that is, but my people that know, you know what invincible is.
Yeah, so those are the only drugs that I've done and will try.
Yeah.
I don't know about angel dust. I don't know about ecstasy, Adderall. None of those stimulant type things.
I mean, I haven't really done my research. I just, we mostly see it like on TV shows and movies, but they mostly show people doing like coke.
Yeah, coke is, I think, on like the same drug boat as like Adderall. It's like a focus. It will enhance your focus. Fentanyl, like oxy, weed. Those things are gonna help with pain, and like relaxation type.
Yeah,
you're gonna be high.
To you. But people that don't take them are on another level.
Yeah, like you're gonna. Yeah,
I wouldn't do perks. I probably wouldn't do anything that's prescribed anyway.
Yeah, no, me neither. Maybe just oxy here and there
if they prescribe it.
Yeah.
But if someone was like, "Yo, you want to take this ox?" I'd probably be like, "Nah, buddy, I'm good."
Oxy apparently is very addicting. Like, my knee's been inflamed, and imagine like if I had an oxy to take, catch me in the gym times 3 hours.
What the fuck?
So I could see how someone gets hooked on those because they're very strong, and you don't feel pain.
Is oxy stronger than perks
for pain? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh.
I would imagine it is.
Yeah, because people get addicted to perks too.
Is perks for anxiety? Or is that Xanax that I'm thinking of?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, I think don't pop Xannies. I knew someone. I wonder if he might have died from an overdose. That's what happens when you go to school in Hartford. Yeah, I think he overdosed on either Xanax or perks.
You go to school anywhere. Shit.
But like, I've gone to school with kids in Hartford who shot somebody in the face and now is serving prison and life in prison. And there's so many kids that I've known that I've grown up with are like life totally different.
You know what's crazy? This kind of doesn't really have to do with the conversation, but when you brought that up, I seen earlier that this girl that I used to go to school with for high school, she was gunned down brutally. Yeah. In front of people too, and yeah, she passed away, I think yesterday or early. Yeah,
Yeah.
yesterday I think they said. And it's just like, dude, like I haven't seen that girl in dumb long. And I remember a lot of people did not like her and stuff. Basic high school
Yeah.
drama.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
Gun
it's crazy.
violence, drugs, like it's so sad. Like I know some people act like it doesn't affect them, but it's like you know someone who was shot down. I know someone who shot somebody. I know someone who overdosed on drugs and died. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy out here. So I love that we're talking about drugs and relationships. Because
Yeah.
like, did she know the person who shot her down? Because that
Honestly,
would
I
make it
don't
worse.
know.
That would make it worse.
Probably. It seemed like what the this lady that I guess would work with her. I think she was kind of like she was always with like a counselor because she was also like a bad student.
Uh-huh.
So she would always like they'd give you someone to lean on or whatever. So she posted like a long thing. Um, and basically she had said that she was brutally and something else murdered. I can't remember the other word she used. And
Mm-hmm.
then like it was around people, so I would assume she was probably around people that she thought cared about her or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't really look too much into it,
Yeah,
but
it's really sad.
yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I'm not against people using them if they're strong willed and don't get addicted. Because I don't think I have the wherewithal to deal with somebody addicted to drugs in a relationship or
Honestly,
dependent on them again.
yeah, yeah. Well, running it back to knowing people, I have family members that done drugs. Are they clean now? Yeah, but I would say, given the experience I had with a family member and how they were acting,
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't date someone that does like coke and stuff. Like,
Uh-huh.
if it doesn't hurt to try once, but like, there's a time, there's that saying like, I'll try it once and see if I like it or not. But like,
Yeah.
when it comes to like overly addicted to it, I don't know. Like, if anything, in a relationship, I would just smoke weed. I don't smoke weed anymore, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think that's about it. Unless we're trying one thing together once.
Yeah, like shrooms or
Yeah.
something. That would be kind of cool to try with like your man or something. Especially on
Yeah.
the come down, I hear like it's fun to fuck. Obviously.
Fucking freaked out.
Yo,
Though.
after y'all go through that high experience together and you're on the way down, bust a nut real quick.
As long as it's in a good, because they say that you want to be around people that make you feel comfortable and stuff like
Yes.
that. So if it's a good relationship, okay. But if
Yes.
it's like someone we're constantly arguing and toxic,
Yeah, no, don't do it.
fuck that.
So, yeah, I'm not. Personally, I'm all set on drugs, any type of drugs being in my relationship with my future man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all set because my ex smoked weed every day. I don't know who he is to this day because I only knew him high off weed. He needed it to function and he spent money on it every single day that he didn't have to be spending. So for me it's like people can say like, "Oh, it's not an addiction. You can't be addicted to weed, but you can have a dependency." So apparently that's different in modern day
It's
culture.
basically the same though. In my experience with my ex, I experienced him pre-smoking and when he was smoking consistently.
Mhm.
And like, so I have the I can differentiate how he was,
Okay.
but I feel like when it came to certain things, it would be like, oh, I have to smoke now because of
Yes.
you. You're pissing me off. Blah blah blah. Like,
It's like a coping. At that point, it's
yeah.
coping. My ex, he had to smoke on his break at work, so he needed it to work, to fuck, to sleep, like for everything. I didn't know he'd smoked before we go work out. The far and
Mm-hmm.
few times that we did work out, you know what I mean? Like he needed it for everything. When I tell you, he's probably smoked like 8 times a day, if not more. And like if he had a quarter, a $70 worth of weed or something,
Mm-hmm.
he'd smoke it in one day. That's
Mm-hmm.
why when he bought it, he'd only buy it $20 at a time because then he had to smoke less or smaller pieces. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's fine. Like I used to smoke weed a lot too, but it was more of a reward because I was in school. So it's like, oh, if I get all my homework done, I would smoke me a fat L. Like, You know what I
It
mean?
wasn't that way for me, but yeah.
I couldn't function on it. It did not make me more
Yeah.
productive.
That's for me too. Like when I seen people smoke before they go to work or smoke on their break before going back into work, couldn't be me. The way that it functions for me, I would not be like I've did it. I haven't smoked before working, but I took an edible before working once. Well,
Mhm.
it was infused food,
Mhm.
and the food was good. But I took a nap after I ate because I was really tired. Woke up high as hell.
Yeah.
Went to work. I was just like not functioning good, brother.
Same.
People will talk to me and I think I will say something correct and then I'm in my head like, did I say that correctly? Blah blah blah. Like,
Me
yeah,
too.
I would never do an edible or smoking before having to do something productive.
Yeah, if I knew if I smoked like in the morning on a day I wasn't at school or working, I knew I wasn't doing anything that entire day and I would eat a lot of food. Relatively, I did used to work out a lot back then, so it never really added up to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but like the way people smoke now before they have to go into work, I look high when I smoke or eat an edible.
Yeah.
Okay, like my eyes swell up, my eyes are puffy. I do think that runs in my family because my cousins like have the same problems like that. Puffy red eyes, like you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
So like for me it was obvious, and obviously I'm like way more like yeah, like you know what I mean, like chill.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, in my head, you know what I mean, or if I smoked at night outside, I would get paranoid because it'd be like, yo, did you just see something run by? Like,
No, I'd be saying like either it depends. Like I'll be paranoid or I'll be saying like dumb shit. Like I remember like sometimes my ex would like egg me on to smoke with him and then I would. And I'll take at least like 2, 3 puffs and then I'd just be like doing dumb shit or saying something dumb. But like it's just like bro,
me
like
too.
please don't let me smoke, bro.
Yeah,
Leave me alone.
yeah.
But I have smoked like a couple months back by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like chilling. Like
Yeah.
I still had a little bit of that feeling of like tightness and stuff.
Mm.
But like other than that, like I was chilling, like I was aware.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just feel like
Have you ever experienced psychosis from smoking weed or getting too high?
probably.
I definitely have, yo, a couple times.
Yeah.
That shit is scary if you don't know how to handle yourself. So it was a learning experience. Like one time I ate these peach rings.
Mm-hmm.
I ate like 10 of them. When I tell you, I was so paranoid. Like I was having psychosis moments, and I would call it what I would call too high. When I'd get too high.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a difference between weed coma high, where you're just high as balls, like fucked up for days,
Mm-hmm.
versus like too high psychosis high.
I've been overly high where I had a breakthrough and cried and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the time. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Not anymore
I
in
think
my
we're
grown age.
too grown for men
Yeah.
who have a addiction, or as some people want to call it, a dependency to weed.
Yeah. I think since I like I know I smoked that one time. Like I would smoke like technically smoking daily. It's been like 9 years since I haven't smoked like daily.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've smoked here and there with like friends and
Yeah.
stuff throughout the years.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not the same anymore. Like when I started smoking when I was 13 and I stopped when I was like 17. And then yeah, around that time like you know, it was like a daily thing and stuff like that. But then coming off of it and not smoking for 9 years is like you get that first feeling that you had,
Yes.
but it's like.
But you also get the memories of this was hindering me, or I was making me be unproductive.
Well, there was a time where I was losing weight back in high school, but I was also on a depot shot.
Oh, okay.
So that's what was making me lose weight because like for like 2 months I was like constantly bleeding, like period,
that's
nonstop.
Wild.
Yeah, and like I would smoke with my ex, and I would pass out randomly. Whether even with especially without eating, like there was one time, especially in the winter, we smoked together, and then passed out, and he had to carry me back to his house.
Wow.
It's crazy. And then,
wow.
but the first time it ever happened, I was in his house, and we had smoked a little bit, went upstairs, and we were eating or whatever. And I told him like, "Oh, I feel like I'm gonna faint." Ended up fainting, I guess. He caught me, and then his brother and his sister-in-law, they were like waking me up, putting like a cold compress. It was to the 9 that they called the ambulance.
Yeah,
It
I
was
mean,
crazy.
you're having syncopal episodes. That's a red flag.
Yeah, but then like I would eat and stuff, and then
It'd be better.
yeah,
Okay, that's good.
it was crazy.
That is wild. Health effects from smoking weed.
Yeah, especially if you're on like birth control.
Yeah,
be careful.
I think birth control is definitely a topic for another episode for sure. Yeah, I could speak about that for a good while.
Yeah, me too.
Do you think that when you were smoking weed, like with your ex, do you think it like hindered y'all's relationship or each other's growth in any way? Like,
I would say maybe at times, because there would be times like when we didn't have like weed,
mm-hmm.
and like we had to scramble around to get it, or like at the time one of my uncles used to sell it, so like he would hook me up and stuff like that, or like it would come to a time where it's like, oh, if it's just for you and your boyfriend, then you have to pay, because you know how family are, they when they don't like your significant other. So but honestly, I don't really remember some of it. So
from the weed.
yeah, so it's like I know that I used to smoke all the time with him and stuff like that, but I don't feel like it was like the weed was like our whole relationship. It was also other things. So
okay.
Yeah.
I feel like with my last relationship is weed was heavily involved in it. Because that's kind of how the basis of how our relationship started is we would meet up and smoke and do, things we shouldn't be doing as we were. But I do believe like a part of me wonders like how much more money would my ex would have had if he wasn't spending it on weed.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like would he have been able to remember to pay his bills on time because he literally couldn't remember to do that. Like who was he? I don't know who he was without weed. So I do think it hindered my relationship because when I wanted to stop smoking weed, now it's something we're not doing together. You know what I mean? So
I feel like so with my previous ex, what I was smoking with, that was like a different relationship. But with my previous ex from last year, it definitely hindered things because I was the one not smoking.
Yes.
But he was the one smoking, and then he would be the one like he would remember to pay his bills, but it was like he prioritized the weed more,
yeah,
and then handled bills after.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like you would have more money like
correct
half the time, so we would DoorDash just for him to get the money for his bills, like his phone bill, whatever, or to get money for him to smoke.
Yes.
And it would be like he would spend like $20 every day on one person. It's like, bro, if you just buy a whole thing,
correct,
then just sporadically do it.
My ex was literally the same way. $20 on weed a day, $10 on weed a day. I'm like, this is some brokey shit. Buy the fucking half, keep it for the week. But his problem was, if he had a half of weed, it'd be gone in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I understand him now and the spending $20 a day on it times 7. What is that?
Still the
140.
Same. Yeah.
But
it's like, bro, if you take down the L's a little bit.
Yeah. So it's like he just didn't have the self-control with the weed to smoke it accordingly for the week. And I knew I was with him for over 2 years, and you would have thought I was his mother because the man literally could not pay his phone bill on time or his car note, or when his car was in the shop to get it out the shop. It's just like, what the heck? You're 14 years older than me. I shouldn't have to tell you to pay your phone bill. Put that on automatic. Like, what are we doing?
Or even then, like, oh, can we do DoorDash so I could get money for weed? Or me getting my paycheck, can you give me money for weed?
Yeah, to me, that's like a hindrance in a relationship.
It's so fucking like, hindering me, yeah.
Yeah, if that's how the relationship is, then it's definitely not useful. It's not helping. Do you think that there's a case where like weed smokers together, right? Or let's say one, dependent weed smoker, is that ever going to be useful for a relationship, helpful in a relationship, or what do you think?
I feel like now, especially because I'm not someone that smokes anymore, really, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, especially with my last experience, if they're not like someone that could keep up with it, then 100% hindering me again. But like, if there's someone that could keep up with it, like on their own terms, like they don't smoke that much. Like maybe they smoke
So like
2 L's a day.
recreationally,
Yeah,
or they do it daily, but they're still productive through the day.
yeah. Like if it's like that, then I wouldn't mind.
I don't think I would mind that either. However, for me, like smoking definitely is for me more of a deal breaker now. But if it
Yeah.
is only recreational, or like how I used to do it as a end of the day, I earned it, fine.
Hmm.
But then it's like in terms of like fertility or future kids with this person, I don't know how I'd feel about that being around babies or your car smelling like it with a car seat. You know what I mean? I think that's a terrible look.
Yeah, I would hate. Like I don't like I have friends that do their thing, and they put like a big old bag of it in my car, and then that lingers for like a week, and people are smelling when I open it, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the smell of weed. I used to
Me
be a weed
neither.
smoker. I don't really care for it, but it's like damn, sometimes that shit is too loud, bro.
Too
Like
loud.
yo,
Yeah.
but it's like now that I think about it too, like unless you're the type of smoker like even if it's recreational and you go outside like well, if we have a kid you go outside you
Mm-hmm.
smoke whatever you come back in because
Yes.
there's some people that do that but I'd rather not like I don't like cigarettes so I wouldn't
Yeah.
want cigarettes around my child.
Me
Like
neither.
yeah okay this is your house you could smoke inside your house but like bro we have a child.
I wouldn't want any
Do it
man
outside.
smoking inside my house, our car. If
Yeah.
he smoked outside, came in, changed his clothes, and brushed his teeth, I think I'd be okay with him being around the kids
Mm-hmm.
if that was like a once a week occurrence. But I don't want him driving them anywhere or them even when they
Yeah.
get older catching wind that that's what daddy's out there doing. So for me, like smoking is kind of a 98% of a deal breaker.
Yeah. I'd rather just someone that don't
Me
smoke
too.
since I don't smoke
Me too.
anymore.
Now if it was like a medical weed prescription for a person in Connecticut, you would not be able to get your gun permit
Yeah.
or a law enforcement job if you had that.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, like I'm totally cool if people need it to manage whatever mental ailments they have, fine. But I don't think I'd want a man who had a medical marijuana card because then it's like you can't even operate a gun. And I do want my man to be able to operate a gun if ever need be.
Well, I feel like so I have a friend that he has a medical card and he also had his gun license, but they basically well, I'm from Mass.
I was gonna
So they
say from
yeah.
Mass.
So they revoked his gun license because he has a medical card. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like obviously they could function with it, but I feel like if you just had a medical card and you don't know how to shoot a gun, okay, yeah, then I
Yeah.
wouldn't want you. But he says since his medical card thing is ending, he's gonna get his gun license back. So
Yeah, so fine if it's like a
yeah,
temporary prescription for medical marijuana or whatever. Fine, like I'm fine if someone smoked in their past, but it does affect like fertility too. And now that I know I want a bunch of kids, I need my man healthier than a dog if dogs are healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. I feel like I don't know if I can have kids specifically. I gotta get that checked out.
I feel like
But
so many girls our age say that. Like I know so many girls who say the same thing. I don't know if I can have kids. And I think that for me too, but then I'm like, my period comes every month. I feel like I
yeah,
have to be able
but
to have kids.
yeah, I know they say that's an indicator, but at the same time, I think like some people say, even though that's an indicator, it's not always 100%. But I have tried with my ex that was smoking consistently, and nothing happened. So,
That also could have been him though too.
but that's what I was gonna say. So he also did the research and things like that. So it does hinder men's fertility.
100%. I never got
Yeah,
pregnant with my ex either.
lowers their sperm count.
Mm-hmm.
So
And if
yeah,
they've been doing it for years, like chronically too. It could take, like, let's say they stop, it could take a while for it to come back up or for them to be healthy
Mhm.
again.
And that's the same thing with birth control when we get later into that. But
Yeah.
for women, because sometimes that stops us completely, or if you get off of it within a certain time frame, and it will go away in certain years or
Mm-hmm.
months or whatever. But yeah, so
I don't know how marijuana or weed or any drugs in particular affect women's
yeah.
fertility, but I know research wise, it definitely affects men's fertility,
Mm-hmm.
and women's pregnancies are based off of a man's healthiness as well.
Yes.
So it's just like, let's say a guy, busts a nut, right? Then busts another nut inside of you. Those sperms now are less. The first load is the one you want, needless to say.
Yeah.
But like, if you keep going, like now they're like half life. They're not as good. It just gets worse. If you get pregnant by one of those and he already smokes weed, he already maybe has low sperm count. Like there's a good likelihood like you may miscarry, your baby may have a defect, a
Mm.
genetic issue, some sort of delay. Like what I mean, that's all. And as we get older, they say we're geriatric after 35, and our egg count drops dramatically after 30. So we're only getting older, and our fertility healthiness is just going down and down and down.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And sorry. Yeah, I want to be able to have a kid, so I think I need a man that don't smoke weed.
yeah, I think that's the way to go. Like if anyone is younger listening to this, have your fun now, smoke your weed, but make sure it's not something you intend on doing your whole life or
And yeah,
getting
sorry.
older.
But they also say too, after, like, if you're smoking past 25, that's when it, like, kind of messes with your brain functions and
Mm-hmm.
stuff too. So that's another reason why. And I'm 26 right now, but I don't smoke like that. But like, yeah, I already lost some brain cells. I don't want to lose any more. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you. The last topic that I have is well, I guess I have a couple more things that we could bring up is in relationships. Let's just start with marijuana. Like, do you think it's a gateway to violence? Like, do you think like if you're both high and let's say a person's already volatile, do you think that could be like
Boost?
a boost to them? Because I feel like no, for weed in particular.
Uh,
For weed. Now, alcohol is another story.
yeah, alcohol's different. But,
Because
mm,
usually I feel like it's mellow and it's calming. However, if the person does reach that high level of psychosis, paranoia, or let's say the weed is laced with something, now
then
they're
yeah.
now they're thinking their partner's cheating on them. Gotta go whoop her ass real quick. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it could be, but I feel like most people that I've experienced are pretty chill on it.
Yeah. Probably in those terms of psychosis and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, my ex would say that he needs to smoke because I'm pissing him off. And basically, if he was, when he does hit me or whatever, it's like bringing him down. Like, he's losing his high. So,
So it was like a additive to the violence for you, or like a save. Like which was it? Like he would smoke it and then hit you, or hit you and then be like, I need to smoke.
shit, a little bit of both.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
No, it's okay. A little bit of both, but mostly, like after we would, argue or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
he would smoke after. Sometimes he would be rolling up, and if we're having an argument, be like, "This is why I need to smoke because you piss me off."
So it was kind of like a way to justify his behavior towards you. So it can be not necessarily physical violence, but like other forms of violence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say like with my ex, he was a very happy man, probably because he couldn't have a serious conversation. But
Yeah.
he was never like violent at all. Even when I pissed him off, he was still very respectful.
Lucky you.
Yeah. I've smoked with a few dudes in my past, and I'd say they were very calm, or I was just really high as fuck and I couldn't tell any different. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I think our viewers, if you have experience with weed or other drugs, because I feel like Not with like heroin where you're gonna be like passed out ODing high, but
Mm-hmm.
like maybe like with no, because crystal meth levels you out too. So it'd have to be something like coke where your lover's gonna beat on you, or something that's more of a stimulant
Mm-hmm.
versus like a what's the weed one, like a hallucinogenic or the whichever one calms you down, a depressant.
Yeah, that's what it
So
is.
like I feel like if they're on stimulants, they could be more prone to violence.
Oh yeah.
But versus like a depressant, like oxy or something where you're gonna feel like euphoric, I feel like less because you're gonna be more relaxed. Or,
Yeah.
seeing things.
I'm hallucinating.
take that take that as you will.
Yeah.
And then I just have escapism. Like, do you think drugs, when people are dependent or addicted or not, either of those, but use them, is a form of escapism? Because I feel like they are.
I would say in my experience, well, recently I have bought weed, but I did not smoke it. But
Amen.
I was gonna kind of use it. I was kind of gonna use it as an escape to
Yeah,
like
I feel you.
um suppress the feelings that I was having because I
Mm-hmm.
was like being depressed and stressed out. So I was gonna use it to be like mellowing me out, make me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
I ended up using it because I just took it like a champ, one of God's strongest shoulders.
Let's go.
But yeah, so it can be used as an escape. Any drug
I
is
feel like
basically
for
used as an
me,
escape.
yes, 100%. But like for the functioning people, it's definitely not. It's they need that to function. So
Yeah.
for me, that's like very much a dependency on the drug.
Hmm.
For me in college, even when I was smoking with my ex, like I always knew what I wanted to do for my career, so I always knew it was temporary. I don't care if I smoked every day, which usually I didn't for like 6 months, right? I
Hmm.
always knew, okay, tomorrow I could go cold turkey. That's always how it was for me. Like I was never dependent on it because I couldn't function on it. But for me, it was definitely a way to escape. Like
Yeah.
100%. Like the way life just lifted off your shoulders, and it was chill, calm vibes. Like yeah,
I think it also depends on your headspace.
yeah.
Because when I had smoke like a few months back and I was like chilling, it's because I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna smoke. I'm in a good mood. Why not? And
Mhm.
then that's why I was chilling. But when you're like in a headspace of being depressed or like
Stressed
suicidal
out,
and stuff,
or yeah,
then it's probably a thing where it's like that's
definitely
when you get,
escaping.
addicted and escaping. But when I was smoking on the daily, I didn't feel like I used it as escape. Like I never said, "Oh, I'm gonna get high so I can eat." Like I hate when
Yeah,
people say things like that. Like that's how you know, like yeah, you really dependent on it. But
yeah,
for me, like I would smoke, and then if I got the munchies, I'm gonna fucking eat.
yeah. Don't get me.
But I
I
could still eat without it. So it's like that's when you're really dependent on it. But it's like yeah, for me, it would just if I'm like OD depressed, probably escape. But I probably still wouldn't use it because I didn't
Mhm.
recently. So
Yeah, I would say like I had anxiety like my last 6 months of high school really bad. I never had anxiety once I left that high school. That's how toxic it was.
mm-hmm.
Um, so I can't really say I used it for like anxiousness.
Mm-hmm.
However, now that I've dealt with a second Virgo, I'm starting to maybe think that I do have like relationship anxiety, being like the oldest daughter and having these expectations of the men that I end up with.
It's just being the oldest daughter.
We'll have to do an episode about that and the pressures of that. But
Yeah.
like I am not an anxious person like naturally. So when I'm in the buds of a possible relationship or I want it to be that, I experience anxiety and I don't know why, but like if I had me a blunt during those times, maybe things would be a little bit
You'd be
easier.
chill. Yeah. I think too, since I wasn't so dependent on my weed either,
Mhm.
um, at the time that my recent ex wasn't smoking, it was easy. Like I smoked with him once because he was interested,
Mhm.
and he did it, and I was. That's when I knew I was like, yeah, this guy is not gonna be able to smoke, so I'm just gonna go cold turkey. And I think I hit a bowl, and then
I loved me a bowl back in the day.
yeah, I hit a bowl and like maybe two more L's, and then I just stopped. I don't remember if I had withdrawals or not. I
I
honestly don't
definitely
remember.
did. Every time I went cold turkey, because sometimes I would go like 6 months. I was very on and off between 2018 and 2022. So I would go months at a time and then start back up. And those 5 days, if I could make it through those 5 days after I quit, I was good.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like night sweats, nausea, however the fuck you pronounce it,
Aja.
nausea, whatever, however it's pronounced.
Nausea.
You'd be that, I would be that, and
Mm-hmm.
then like no appetite and just like feeling very unwell.
Mm-hmm.
And those were to me definitely like my body getting rid of the dependency that it had on
Yeah.
the marijuana.
Yeah. I don't remember if I had withdrawals. I probably did, but can't recall.
Yeah, no, I've done it many times, so I recall.
Yeah, my ex would do tea breaks, so not smoking for like.
Yeah.
He did it for like, I think he said the longest he did was like a month or two, and he did have withdrawals. There was times when he did tea breaks for like a week or a few days. He was sweating, boy. It was
Yes,
gross.
sweating. I would be
But
sweating. I would having super crazy dreams. Like I remember the last time in particular I got off of it. So it's just like, yeah, like for people to be smoking every day for years and then to not have it, I can't imagine what it feels like, even though they're quote unquote not addicted. They definitely are.
oh yeah.
But also like in my last relationship, which was 2019 to like early 2021, um cottonmouth while
oh
trying
yeah.
to fuck,
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's a no. It's a what are we? I can't suck on anything with my mouth being dry like this. Like when I tell you my mouth used to be drier than a desert,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering like how I made it through. How I did I survive? I have no clue. Like, however though, sex on THC, food on THC, we
Of
love.
course, food is the best when you're
Like,
high.
yeah, I definitely like being high having sex. Not gonna lie.
Um, I
And
think I'm just a person that likes sex, so it
me
was
too.
good.
Yeah, it didn't matter how you're feeling.
Unless the session was ass,
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
But yeah,
High sex, I enjoyed.
but the cottonmouth thing, yeah, I don't like that. I have to constantly drink water.
Yeah.
It's so
And
annoying.
then it's like I used to think like I mean I never liked head up until maybe like last year, which even then it's like now 5 minutes or less, please. Let's get on with it.
Yikes.
So but like I used to think back like back in the day, like the 5 times that I did have it, like all 3 times, 5 times, it was like after we smoked. I'm like, that's just disgusting. Like it's just absolutely
That's just
disgusting.
disgusting. That's crazy.
And I wish back then I had more standards, but then it's like I was smoking, so how could I have standards? Because you're just high and you don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they were lapping on me pretty good.
With their cotton mouth. Like, what?
Hey, I don't know.
So, I think that is all I have to bring up on drugs. I do hate how normalized that they have become.
In terms of all drugs or just weed or
I feel like all drugs, like I see these videos on YouTube and Instagram of Killingsworth, Pennsylvania, or just areas of druggies where they literally live on the streets and they're literally high out of their minds, bent over with the xylazine fentanyl cut.
mm-hmm.
It's just I feel like there's people who go around interviewing drug addicts who fuck for money, and it's just so sad.
Isn't that a YouTube
Yeah,
channel? Mm-hmm.
so sad, so disgusting. 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, like I do feel like it's unfortunately become more normalized and like people just don't care anymore.
I would say, well, weed is a plant. So,
Weed is a what?
a plant.
Yes.
So, I never liked the fact that it's considered a drug. So, I do like the fact that people are starting to open their fucking eyes, and
Yeah.
it shouldn't even be a thing where it's legalized or illegal. It's a plant.
Yeah, I do think it should be federalized, because if they federalize it, your girl is copping and she's getting baked. And I'll still have me my career, because then it will be allowed.
Yeah. So it's like that's just whatever. But everything else absolutely is illegal, not okay,
Well,
man-made.
Coke, that's made from coca leaves. I don't know if
Huh?
you coca leaves. That's how they make coke.
That's not how I've seen someone make coke or heard about it.
Watch a video on how coke is made. It's from leaves of a plant. So people could like pull the argument, well, coke is from a plant.
Well, I've seen people make coke different ways.
You sure it wasn't meth?
Well, they had it crystallized and powdered. So,
well, you make the crystal from the powder. And you need more ingredients. Not natural ingredients. But the coke itself, the powder is made from a leaf. But you do need like cement and gross shit to make it.
Cement?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Well, hey, I'm not a drug dealer, so yeah. I don't know. That's crazy. Well, I guess they could argue that argument.
You know what I mean? Like, there, a lot of these synthetic drugs are like properties or chemicals. You know how they're making this fake THC now? These what do they call them?
Fake THC.
Yeah.
Oh,
like the Delta 9 and THCB, THC Delta, whatever. Like, they're making derivatives from actual THC. Oh, really? Those aren't real THC products. Like, they're not the actual THC, but it's taken from like the cannabinoids or whatever to make it. So,
didn't know that.
Yes. Weed's come a long way these days. You know, so I don't know. I just feel like it's definitely gotten normalized.
I think it's getting normalized that people feel like they need to bring the THC levels higher, and that's why they're putting fucking fent and angel dust and shit. Like, bro, the fuck is y'all problem?
Yeah.
For you to get more money, okay, that's cool, but you don't have to be doing all that to potentially kill people.
Yeah, because like, drug dealers don't realize that they are can be held liable, even though it is a sale by choice of freedom, you know what I mean, in a capitalist society. It's just the fact that you're selling illegal things. So now you can be held liable if they die, even though they bought it willingly, which I personally think is stupid.
Yeah, I feel like that part
is stupid.
That could be illegal. But a natural plant, that should be as is.
Free to buy. Also,
and mushrooms too. They're basically a plant, so
yeah, it's a fungus.
Yeah. Like, so that shouldn't be illegal. But
I agree. If it grows naturally, it should be fine. But THC, you know, back in the 70s, what they were smoking, weed wise, was way less strong than they're making it now. So the strength of weed has increased like tremendously, which is gonna have more effects on your brain, how you think, how you process your fertility. It's back in the day, the percentage was probably like 8 to 12%. Now it's up to 25.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
So it's just like, imagine how much things have changed since then. And it's only probably going to keep going up, which then is still going to have more effects on people because it's way stronger.
Shit, that's probably why they were just chill dudes and gals back in the day.
Yeah.
Just chill and actually having a fucking nice elevated trip.
Yeah.
Now everybody's just feeding to smoke and stuff. Not even using it. They're just... I just want to smoke, like, bro, what? You don't want to use it? Yeah, you don't want to use it to elevate you? There's literally a book, and I think it's like a African writer that made a book on marijuana and like how to use it for elevation. I have to find it, but
I'm definitely pro edible, but edibles you have to be careful with because they hit you later.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever took an edible, it was chocolate. I even had mind you, I had half of the chocolate.
Yeah.
And that shit hit me. And like that, I don't really like edibles because those make me like paranoid a lot more.
Oh, okay.
So I'd rather smoke.
Love me an edible.
Because I could chill. But even, it was like 10 grams each chocolate, and then, you know, half of that's 5.
It had you out of commission.
Yeah, I had to lay down. It's like, yeah, no, I couldn't even like really sleep. I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's how you know when you're baked is when you can't sleep and you're like, yeah, no.
And like, I just don't like the tightness in my chest. Like, it makes me want to crawl out my skin and just punch myself. Just like, bro, like, what the fuck? Yeah, but they say drink milk or eat ice cream to help chill you out, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard that. I heard mangoes enhance the high. I've never tried it.
I don't like mango, so I wouldn't even do it.
Wild.
But I've heard that too.
You don't like what other fruit don't you like? Since we're talking about
I don't like mangoes. I don't like cantaloupes. I don't like watermelons. Yes, I know I'm black. I don't like watermelon.
I I don't like cantaloupe either. And to any listeners who listen and like cantaloupe, I'm judging you because it is disgusting.
It is. It really even has a taste. It just tastes like bland.
Nasty. It's nasty.
I don't really like grapefruits. It's too sour.
Too bitter?
Yeah, too bitter.
I like grapefruit because we used to sprinkle sugar on it and scoop it with a sharp spoon. I don't know what the spoon is called.
They would do the same thing with watermelon. I had watermelon with salt. I had watermelon with sugar.
Ew.
Both disgusting.
Watermelon just grew on me like last year, so I feel you.
I don't really like I'll drink like pomegranate drinks, but I don't really like pomegranate itself.
Me neither.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
It's weird.
It's tart.
I don't like pears. I don't like peaches. I do like me some plums, especially if it's sour.
I like plums. I like pears, and I like peaches.
What else don't I like? I don't really like blackberries and raspberries.
I like those if I put them with honey and lemon and cinnamon.
Maybe if it's mixed with something, but like not by itself.
Yeah.
And then like I like blueberries, but then I don't like blueberries.
I love blueberries.
Like it's like weird. It's like blueberries have a taste. Like sometimes they could be sour, and some of them are like bland. And
yeah, some of them don't taste like anything. Yeah. So I know what you mean. But yeah, okay, yeah, we got off topic. I just wanted to know.
There's more, but I can't
like
think
mangoes,
of this.
That's wild. But
mangoes are gross.
I had never met someone who didn't like mango. You're the first.
They're weird.
You're weird that you don't like mangoes. But anything else that you want to talk about around drugs and relationships? I feel like we touched on everything that I wanted to touch on. Is there anything you want to touch on?
I want to touch on. I think what else could be a good topic or tie into the topic. We kind of talked about like how it's like sometimes it boosts people to be high functioning or whatever.
Yeah.
Not me.
I don't know if that's a good thing though either, because I do feel like if you're a high functioning high person, why do you even get high? You're not high if you have to be like so like active in reality. You know what I mean? So it's like for me that's an interesting concept. It's like,
or even when they like just a general thing like, oh, I have to smoke so I don't cuss people out, or so people don't piss me off. Like
it's giving anger issues.
Oh, yeah. It's like I just want people to describe to me, why do you feel that way?
Right.
Like literally. Why? What? Just tell us why you need to depend on weed that bad.
Or why you don't, look at it like a dependency.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. To eat, to sleep, to drink,
to fuck,
to suck, to work, to take care of your kids, all that. Like, I really tell us the reasons.
Yeah.
Because as someone that used to be a pothead and is no longer a pothead, I could differentiate the feelings.
I also think it's weird. One more thing before we get out of here is when I used to see 16-year-olds, whatever, high schoolers smoking with their parents. Relationship-wise, I think that's a very strange dynamic. And it's like one thing if you're grown, right? If you're 21 plus smoking weed with your mom and your dad, finally. But to be smoking with your child, to me, like the weed done got to your brain as a parent. And the fact that your kid is posting it on social media is even weirder to me.
Yeah. I feel like they use that as a bonding tactic. Maybe not so young. Maybe when you're like...
I wouldn't have wanted to smoke with either of my parents. Neither of them smoke.
Even like it.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. My parents don't smoke, but like I would never imagine smoking weed as a juvenile with my parents publicly.
Not publicly. At home, yeah. Well, I used to smoke with my uncle, but like...
But that's your uncle. That's not your mom or your dad. So I do think it's different. Like, I had a great relationship with my aunt growing up. You know what I mean? Like, that's totally different. Because that's not mom or dad.
Mm-hmm.
But like, your mom and your dad, and you're a child, I think that's weird aspect to the relationship.
Yeah, I feel like as you're an adult, maybe use that bonding tactic.
Yeah,
but
if your kid's now out of college... or maybe living on their own or at home, and you're in that phase of your life as a parent where you're like, stealing my kid's weed. Heck yeah, blaze together.
Yeah.
Why not? That would be so much fun. But like,
what about 18 plus? Like 18 plus or 20 plus?
18's still weird because your brain's not fully developed, right? I feel like I was as smart as I was at 18. I feel like I'm a lifetime smarter now, 7 years later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I'm smart, but I could be ditzy. I could play dumb. I could like
I think
literally play
anyone could
dumb.
play dumb, but like,
But
I feel like 18, you're fresh out of high school, you're still making stupid decisions. You know what I mean? Like, I think 18 plus would be fine. Honestly, you're out of school, but like, I don't know. It just can't be. It's weird. It's weird because
mm,
if your parents are no longer parenting you at 18, then sure. But if they're still telling you what you can and can't do, I think it's a weird dynamic. Right? I knew 18-year-olds living with their parents who were like, no, you have to be home by 8 o'clock. No, you cannot go out with so and so, X, Y, and Z. So it's like if they're still parenting you like that at 18, I don't think they should be smoking with you.
mm. Yeah, I stopped when I was 17, so I don't really know. And I moved out when I was. Did I move out when I was 18? Or actually, no. I stopped smoke. Yeah, I stopped smoking when I was 17, and I moved out when I was like 19 because basically I turned the age before the year. So like
Okay.
26, I'm 26 right now. I'm gonna be 27 in 2026.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I moved out when I was 19 because now I'm lying. I moved out when I was 18 because I got my apartment in 2019, and
Okay.
then it didn't really start. Rent didn't really start till 2020. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So like if you're moved out of your parents' house, you're paying your own bills and you don't have to rely on your parents like that, I don't think there's an issue with you smoking with your parents. But when they're still parenting you, I think that should be a boundary of no, not until you're more like an adult. You know what I mean?
yeah. I feel like you could have the conversations with them to make like double check like they're doing the right things. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, like I said, I started when I was 13, which is crazy.
It's very young.
But
I think
yeah,
my brother started around that age too.
yeah. But so like my mom never liked it. She don't like the smell. She said that she tried it once and never liked it. Blah blah blah.
My mom's the same way.
But yeah, she would tell me like, "Oh, you don't have to do that." Blah blah, blah, or ask me why. I was just like, "Yo, I want to smoke. Leave me alone."
Mm-hmm.
But if I had like someone, if she was more experienced, she probably would have told me like, "Oh, blah blah blah." But she don't know. So I would get my experiences from people surrounding me, or I'll like research it on my own. But
Yeah, I also don't think like parents should be the provider of weed for their kids
oh
because
yeah,
they can be held liable. So it's like if your kids are gonna buy weed, you just gotta pray to God that they're making the smart decisions. I saw a kid, he overdosed in SMSA a couple years ago. He was like 11, but I don't. Whatever weed he was smoking was not really weed. It
your
was,
kid should not be smoking at 11 years old.
yeah, at school in the bathroom at that.
Oh yeah,
So there's like some sad stories. You know what I mean? It's like hopefully if your kid is buying weed, you at least give them the tips and the tools on how to tell it's real. Just don't pay for it for them because then you can get in trouble. So yeah,
yeah. Well, I think that covers things. Again, if you guys have any
insights,
insights, any advice, or any more statistics and research they have,
your
well,
thoughts, your disagreements, let us know.
your agreements, always feel free to comment. Let us know. Comment on our YouTube. Comment on our Instagram. Yeah, it was good seeing you guys in this one. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.